Next week, we are celebrating you, the 2K community. It's our annual 2K TV Awards.
We have 10 awards going out to community members that have shown serious commitment and skill.
And as the Lakers entered the building, there was a fierce look in their eyes. That's the look of a team out to defend its home court. The Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles, and the freeways of LA, all painting the picture just where we are tonight. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of DA It's All.
Hey, Kevin.
He sure does. Fantastic, David. Thank you. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Edwards. He's out there with Russell. And it's Towns in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Lakers,
There you go, bro. My shit was not. I don't know why it wasn't going at first.
LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Big Daddy is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Drummond in at the center position. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Clock at 4, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And I tell you, the Brow, he might be the best player in our league. With that reach, you just throw it up around the rim, and he's bringing it home.
Floats it up for James. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That's a vicious assault on the rim by LeBron. Incredibly accomplished dunker who's still got plenty of bounce in his step.
Now, here is Russell. A 20-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Big Daddy. He's coming off a 19-point game against Portland. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Here's Big Daddy. Providing around 26.5 points a game. Really has an off night.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves.
I guess there's some strippers.
The alley-oop. Now, here is Russell. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. That's tipped.
Wow, twice on the pipes from Dennis Schroeder. Woohoo!
Floats it up for James. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking...
Nobody wants to just keep talking all the time. So.
Yeah. Look. You know how the pagan chit-chat goes. I like R's and V's and O's. I don't really play no tic-tac-toe. Been with chubs through highs and lows. We seen man last night, they froze. Wasn't no cameras, wasn't no pose. Just like that one time at Cella. Good thing, man, we're pulling out phones. Stay in big 6'6" with woes. Man, start dissing and doing repos. They do anything except rolls. Still can't see them after it snows. I don't have time for the waste man jokes. Personal thing if I'm getting up close. Loyal to Oaks, I've taken an O. Versace Hotel and I'm taking the robes. Seen them in person, I'm
the advantage of that.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Back to Hernan Gomez. Pass to Towns. To the middle. He's looking for Russell and finds him. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Russell's got his second basket.
You have the sense that D'Angelo Russell likes to play through contact. This is a tough-minded player.
And there's no doubt that Karl Anthony Towns has taken a much bigger leadership role on this Minnesota team.
No doubt, Greg. Once the departure of Jimmy Butler was secured, then the leadership role squarely falls on the shoulders of Karl Anthony Towns. Now, his style is totally different. He wants to be a bit more encouraging, but there's no question. He's the best player. He's got to lead the charge.
And the dunk by James.
Fierce. That is what I would call how he came off that pick-and-roll situation. LeBron wins once more with his aggressiveness.
Now here's Edwards. 14 points from him the last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
I thought his physicality was crucial, too. You know, he kept the defense on their toes and repeatedly got to the free throw line.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, Reed the pass to Noel. To the inside. Russell. It's deflected, and he recovers it. Chalk up 2 there. And the Lakers have possession. They lead by 4. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Harrell is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Big Daddy, and it's Caruso in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Just 3 to shoot, and Harrell slams it in.
Throw it up and let Montrezl Harrell finish.
Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against Oklahoma City. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Well, Big Daddy in the last game against the Trailblazers really lit up the floor. He had 19 points and made an impact from outside the arc, hitting a good number of three-pointers. That was just the latest chapter in what has been a very good stretch of outings for him. Can't afford to take anything for granted going into tonight.
Thanks for the report, David. You have to love the energy he brought in that last game.
Yeah, he was the team's driving force, and tonight, maybe more of the same.
Well, I think what he has shown is when they send 2 in his direction, he is willing to make the pass and trust his teammates to make plays. So critical.
Here's Big Daddy. No points in the game yet for him. Loads it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, they look for Montrezl Harrell to do a lot of different things. His scoring just one of the ways he can contribute.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The pass to Reed. Here's Noel. They get it again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Timberwolves have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Andre Drummond's checked in for Gasol. Anthony Davis comes in for Montrezl Harrell. James checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Big Daddy. Bobbed up there for Drummond.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside, Russell. 1:35 left to play here in the second quarter. The Timberwolves again can't hit. So the wing on the left, always going up for the alley-oop here, and finished off by Davis.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
So it's Los Angeles heading to the... Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action, followed... And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Russell. He's out there with Edwards. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Russell, good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists in the game.
And this is what D'Angelo Russell does out here, right? He's a dynamic scorer who doesn't lack for confidence.
James dishes to Davis. To the paint. There's Schroeder. Towns with the defensive effort.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Drummond trying to get himself free. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Big Daddy's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
LeBron against Hernan Gomez. Pass to Edwards. Russell from long range. Rebound the Lakers.
And for players like Andre Drummond, sometimes it's a paradox. Great individual rebounding doesn't always translate into great team rebounding.
That almost sounds, Greg, counterintuitive, right? Because you wonder, is it a lack of boxing out? So if they don't get it, an opponent does. What is clear unequivocally, though, there is more to team success than individual numbers.
Loads it up for Davis, and Davis throws it down.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And the Timberwolves call timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Rubio looking around. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you. He dishes it to McDaniels, and Big Daddy picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Rubio, the pass to Reed. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Tell you, unwilling to settle for something on the perimeter, Rubio sticks his nose inside.
Oh, Kuzma's in position. And the Lakers with another turnover here.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Marc Gasol's checked in for Big Daddy. And a change for the Timberwolves. Edwards is checked in. 56. It's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
Cold and the band of chills running through our spine just for thinking he won't.
LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Big Daddy, and it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Pass to Russell. Down low. Lays it up and banks it in. Russell's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Okay, D'Angelo, Russell mixing in a little interior work, not bashful.
Here's Big Daddy. Inside, and stolen by Russell. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Vanderbilt misses.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
And finished off by Davis.
And this guy does it all. Davis is as complete an offensive player as we have in our league.
To the left side wing. A wide open shot from Hernan Gomez. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Back to Russell. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot from 12. That shot is off. Great D that time from Big Daddy.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And Big Daddy picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Outside, Russell. Pass to Vanderbilt. Now Hernan Gomez. James covering. 6 to shoot. Russell against Schroeder. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Oh, what a terrible foul there. The shot clock winding down, and he ends up bailing out the offense with a silly foul.
Now Edwards. The pass to Reed. And here's Hernan Gomez outside.
And the aggressive attitude of Davis on D makes him such a tough matchup. He's not going to give his man an inch of breathing room, and that was the difference on that possession.
Russell with a wide open look. Another miss by Minnesota.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Big Daddy. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're behind by 14. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. And he lobs it up toward the rim and finished off by Davis.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Los Angeles.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Anthony Davis.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning.
You the #1 trophy wife. So it's only right to
Get out of here, man.
Everything for it.
Restart. No. There.
Everything for it.
I sold a bag.
Trying to run me off a check, got the Glock 26, I'm trying to trade it for a 10. Shorty all on my dick, say she trying to get me net, but she fucking the crew, yeah she wanna ass it. Got a 100 extension on that motherfucking thing. If you run up on me wrong, we gotta let the Ruger bang. If you run up on the game, we gotta let the Ruger swing. And you know we trying to get it out of there. I was down on my knee, trying to hit another hit. Gave a fuck by the op, we trying to utter out the bitch, trying to air it out. If they fucking with the crew, we ain't worried about shit. Got those 7.62, tryna rip through it by the pop. I am not Illuminati, no Illuminati, wow. Pray to God, I got it, pray to God, wow. Pray to God, and I got it, God as well. Okay, ooh, she a goddess, we got rest in the body. She gon' fuck on the group, we got the blood out. I'ma go get the money, we ain't fucking with mine. And my young nigga trip me, he say he just call her back.
Terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right. Welcome everyone to a great Sunday night with Payday.
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Big Daddy, and it's Drummond in at the center position. And for the Magic, Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Wendell Carter, and it's Ennis in at the 3. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change. But sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Here's Big Daddy. And it's Drummond with the jam.
If I had to pick one man in today's NBA to patrol the offensive glass for me, Drummond might be that guy.
Fultz kicks to Isaac, and there's the pass to Ross. Back to Isaac. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Passes it to Big Daddy. From deep. It's hauled in by the Magic. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
No matter what their mindset was, that was going to be a very tough task. Let's face it, they don't have the horses to compete with those guys.
Lock at 6. Here's Fultz. And Davis sends it back.
And you see how the Browns led the league in swats. Not only the wingspan, but the awareness, reading the game.
Here's Big Daddy, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Pass to Ross. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Lakers the other way. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
But there was a good back and forth between these teams last year, if you remember. You'd expect it to be a mismatch on paper, but it turned out to be pretty even.
Here's Fultz. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And the balance Fultz have, terrific at taking the contact and finding a way to finish.
Both teams deciding to change it up. That free throw good from Fultz. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Big Daddy. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And so the shot, no good. The Magic go the other way with it. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for
You better never make no time for these niggas. Cause when I ride, I'ma ride with you. Ride.
And if you've applied 20 or more badge points into shooting, you'll earn triple rep. On the Wednesday after that, head back to the rec because it's another chance for you to earn double rep. That's it for me.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Our camera circling high above American Airlines Arena.
Well, Kevin.
David Aldridge, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Big Daddy, and it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Miami, Bielitsa is out there with Adebayo. And there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Victor Oladipo, and it's Hero into the 2 spot. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set, but I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
Here's Big Daddy following the score by Miami. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Oladipo against Davis. Here's Hero. No good on the triple. For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. From deep 3-point range, and he trains the 3. Good-looking shot there from Big Daddy.
And getting out in transition's been a big part of this run that they're on.
Outside Butler. Intercepted. And here we go again. The Lakers on the break. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Big Daddy. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Pass to Hero. Now, here's Butler. James covering. Oladipo taking his time here. 6 on the shot clock. Out to the right wing. Here's Hero. Miami no good on that time either.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Here's Big Daddy. 17 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando. Drills it from outside.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Miami. Down by 15. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Achua, he's checked in for Bielitsa. Robinson comes in for Jimmy Butler. Kendrick Nunn, he's checked in for Tyler Hero. And it's Dragic in for Oladipo. Here's Big Daddy, 17 points in the game. And that one's good, Caruso.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
The Heat trail by 18. There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. Now the pass to Nunn. True on the 14-footer.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Here's Big Daddy. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. They push it up, 4 on 3. And no good that time. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Achua. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. A 3 ball. Nunn can't get it to fall.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
No good from Big Daddy.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Dragic finds none. That's in coming off an assist from Dragic. Nunn's got his second bucket.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Here's Big Daddy. He's got 20. Drains the three-pointer.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
To the paint with 4 seconds on the clock. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And there is some intelligence behind the passing of Adebayo. Not flashy, but making smart ones.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma, who loves playing alongside so much talent.
You know, for me, it's super cool just to learn, sit back, watch, but also compete against these guys. You know, that's something that I want to do. So to be around those guys and be in the foxhole with those guys is, it's pretty incredible.
Well, Kuzma Greg has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day. Look for Miami. Bielitsa. He checks in for Achua. Butler comes in for Duncan Robinson. And it's Oladipo in for Goran Dragic. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Big Daddy is up there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3 spot. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Well, Big Daddy in the last game against the Magic was sensational. He finished with 17 points, and he also did a good job of creating for others, getting them the ball.
Yeah, that's What's up? Do some. Pop off nuts. Popping a lot of word this hoe. Dude, last niggas, bro. Big what? The fuck? Ah! Do this shit. Niggas beating the fuck out of me. Okay. Nigga. Ain't doing shit, nigga. I'm beating that ass. Ah! You thought, nigga. Ugly ass. And shit. Oh, bad. God. I'm gonna beat that ass. Hold up. Yeah. I'll beat that nigga's ass. Hey, for real? The fuck, bro? Oh, okay.
Shot base. Alright, I will kill myself then. Shot base. Alright, I will kill myself then. Shot base. Alright, I will kill myself then.